A friend of mine sent me this. I assume he got it in an email or something from the Trump Pence Keep America Great campaign. This email is for patriots only. You've been identified as one of President Trump's fiercest and most loyal defenders. And according to your donor file, you'd make an excellent addition to the Trump Army. When you become a member of the Trump Army today, we'll give you access to get our never-before-seen limited edition camo Keep America Great hat. The president wants you and every other member of our exclusive Trump Army to have something to identify yourselves with and to let everyone know that you are the president's first line of defense when it comes to fighting off the liberal mob. These limited edition American-made hats are for Trump Army members only, so do not pass this information on to anyone. Well, whoops, guess he fucked that up. So let's check out this Trump Army, armyfortrump.com. Private pile of the Trump Army, yeah, there we go. So this is actually kind of interesting, I think. This is obviously his place where you can go to volunteer to campaign for Trump. And this is definitely a page taken from Bernie Sanders, I feel. Obviously, Bernie didn't use this militaristic rhetoric, but what do you expect from someone who apparently thinks it's okay to put unlabeled, potentially unaccountable people on the streets of Washington, D.C. to protect them from the mob? Do I become a digital activist? Enlist. Make calls on Trump Talk? Enlist. Knock on doors? Enlist. Become a bundler? Enlist. Host a MAGA meetup? Enlist. Register voters? Enlist. Become a Trump team leader? Enlist. Become a Trump victory fellow? Enlist. And election day team? Enlist. The reason why I say this is a page out of Bernie's book, one of the big strengths of Bernie Sanders' campaigns, and one of the reasons he did as well as he did, was he made it simple and easy for anyone who was interested to make calls, texts, emails, spread information, whatever, on his behalf. I've read that there were people in the Bernie campaign who made tens of thousands of calls or texts, hundreds of calls a week, dozens, if not hundreds of calls a day sometimes, which as someone who used to work in a call center is fucking insane. But obviously this is something a little bit different than what we were doing there. But in this case, this Trump Army, this only Trump can defend America, keep America great. Just holy shit, people. Vote for Joe Jorgensen? Save me a Google, who the fuck is that? Oh, libertarian? Yeah, is Joe Jorgensen the one who... No? Let's find out together. American academic and libertarian political activist, nominee for... Okay. Previously the Libertarian Party nominee for vice president in 96, running mate of Harry Brown. Was the Libertarian nominee for South Carolina's 4th Congressional District in 1992, receiving 4,286 votes, or 2.2%. Okay. Individual liberties and considers shrinking the government a major priority. She favors non-interventionism, free and open trade with other nations, and promoting nuclear power through deregulation. In order to reduce CO2 emissions. Like, I'm in favor of nuclear power, but I don't really think we need to deregulate the nuclear power industry. I think we need to subsidize it and defund fossil fuels. In terms of healthcare, she supports a free market healthcare system over the current system or single payer. Yikes. In her libertarian presidential primary debate, Jorgensen said she would immediately stop construction on President Donald Trump's border wall and eliminate quotas limiting who can immigrate to the U.S. During another primary debate, Jorgensen said she would open up the borders and blamed anti-immigration sentiment on disproportionate media coverage of crimes by immigrants. Okay, yeah, true. She argued that immigration helps the economy and blending of cultures is beneficial. What a weird mix of beliefs. She has said the government's response to COVID-19 is the biggest assault on our liberties in our lifetime. Yikes. Due to both restrictions on individual behavior, such as stay-at-home orders and corporate bailouts, which she sees as antithetical to free market principles and biased towards the well-connected. Okay. Well, it's a she, first of all, Dodge. But also, this is a weird mix. Some of this stuff I can agree with, like non-interventionism and promotion of nuclear power, although, like I said, I don't think we need to do it through deregulation. But a free market healthcare system just means that the wealthy will have healthcare and the poor will not. If anyone in my audience is young enough to, or is old enough, as I'm sure most of you are, to remember the pre-Obamacare days where one of the best, probably the only really solidly good idea from Obamacare, and by good I mean thing that actually helped people, was the rule that was put in place that you cannot reject someone from insurance due to a pre-existing condition. Which is important because this meant that there were a lot of people who didn't have insurance and suddenly found themselves with something like cancer or some other, if not terminal, then very harsh disease. A lot of pre-existing conditions, and those would disallow you from getting insurance from the majority of insurance providers. I specifically remember several insurance providers advertising prior to the ACA passing that they didn't check for pre-existing conditions. And so if we went back to a free market healthcare system, we already know how that would work. So whatever her credentials are, her positions here are a mixed bag at best. But let's not talk about Jo Jorgensen. Well, she has no chance of winning the election. We're here to talk about the Trump army. Right. So yeah, am I the only one that notices some of these logos have some strong Aryan flavor? Yeah, the SS bolt there. I mean, sure, it's just a lightning bolt. Mostly this is just militaristic. I don't really necessarily see some, aside from that, a lot of Aryan. I mean, unless we want to cede all of militaristic iconography to Nazis and Aryans. But yeah, a lot of this, the overuse of stars, even the shields and other shapes here, this is definitely very militaristic. And obviously that's the theme he's going for here. But I think it's telling, if we assume, as I've said, that this is taking information from Bernie's campaign, the difference in rhetoric and how it works. This isn't about building a coalition of people who want to create a better world and do that through their chosen candidate. This is specifically inviting people to sign up to be a member of Trump's army. Now, no, nothing here is explicitly about creating a private military force of Trump supporters. No, nothing like that. Not gonna say. But yeah, the wings, that's again the cluster here. This is all just very militaristic. Kushner probably created this, probably. Yeah, Trump relies on Kushner for just about everything, it seems. So yeah, I'm curious, what does it have any listings of what an election day team? You will assist Team Trump and grassroots operations across the country on Election Day 2020. Our Election Day team primarily focuses on getting out the vote to ensure any voters who did not vote early vote on Election Day. Depending on the state, volunteers may be involved in other Election Day activities such as precinct coverage. Okay, neat. What is a Victory Fellow? Working alongside battle-tested Team Trump operatives, a Trump Victory Fellow will learn the skills they need to become a professional community organizer through our 6-step Trump Victory Leadership Initiative training. Boy, he just loves putting his name on every fucking thing. Throughout this fellowship, fellows are challenged to cultivate relationships, organize supporters, and become leaders in their communities. These individuals, often students interested in political careers, are usually more engaged than Trump team leaders and volunteers. The most successful and dedicated fellows often go on to become field staff for the Trump campaign. Uh-huh. I actually would be very interested in seeing this 6-step Trump Victory Leadership Initiative training, because this could actually be some very useful information if they actually use real information and not just propaganda and Trumpism, so to speak. Yeah, that's true, Dodge. The website isn't nearly as bad as the email. The email uses some pretty crazy language, IMO. Yeah, this is just a bunch of really cringy imagery, whereas the email is much worse, I should say. We'll show them what Antifa terrorism really looks like. Let's go. Yes. Yes, Lester Axe, absolutely. What is a bundler? Looking for a way to join the army of Trump and support President Trump's re-election campaign? Become a Trump Victory Finance Committee fundraiser or bundler and ensure that Team Trump can run the most effective campaign possible. Our Trump Victory Finance Committee. He just can't stop with the like self-aggrandizing rhetoric. Like, I understand that a big part of trying to become president is about talking yourself up. But the Trump Victory Finance Committee is vital to reaching every donor, no matter how large or small. If you want to help, you first have to sign up at donaldjtrump.com/bundle. After you're registered, you'll receive a unique fundraising ID and customized contribution link, allowing you to access your personalized Trump Victory Finance Committee portal, where you can track your progress towards your fundraising goals. Aha! Once you're a part of the Trump Victory Finance Committee, you'll be able to involve friends, family, and colleagues in the campaign. You can tap into that community to fundraise for President Trump's campaign. As you build your fundraising network, you will earn membership status within the Trump Victory Finance Committee and enjoy unique benefits. No contribution is too small. The average donation to the Trump campaign is only $38. So remember when Bernie was crowing about his millions of dollars raised and the average donation was only $18? Oh boy. We all know that the Democrats and the liberal media will pour billions into their efforts to defeat Donald Trump. Together, we can make sure that President Trump and his campaign have the resources to win again on November 3rd, 2020. Your hard work can truly make the difference in this campaign. Holy shit. I wish being an anti-fascist was as awesome as the MAGA people think it is. True. The branding is on point, though. People could learn a lot from the branding, marketing-wise. You know, one thing no one can say about Trump is that he is bad at marketing. I mean, he's pretty much... He failed at running casinos in Atlantic City. Yet, one of the biggest things people argued about was that he was not a successful businessman. Pretty much every business he's run, like actually had a hand in running, has failed. The only things he's been successful at are spending other people's money, and convincing other people to brand their products with his name and pay him for that privilege. So, yeah, marketing, he is, I'll say it, he's a genius at it. Let's see what it takes to host a MAGA meetup. MAGA meetups are great ways to gather and organize fellow Trump supporters in your neighborhood. This includes hosting events with family, friends, and neighbors to watch debates, rallies, and campaign events across the country. MAGA meetups contain a social component discussing about how to take action in the community to achieve a specific goal and future involvement. In fact, Trump team leaders will often host their own MAGA meetups as a recruitment tool to identify and engage new volunteers. Wow. Yeah? Let's see, this is going to be a digital activist. Team Trump on Instagram, get the news first. Text Trump to 88022 and get the latest news about President Trump's re-election campaign. Must use hashtags. Search and use hashtag Army for Trump and find and engage fellow supporters. Search and use hashtag Lead Right if you're out in the field, knocking on doors, talking to neighbors, and registering voters for President Trump's re-election to share what you're up to in the field and how we are expanding our ground game. And getting started on Facebook, go to facebook.com. Wait. Okay. Wait. These are all real basic. Hold on. Search hashtag Trump Rally for the latest updates on the president major events across the country and use it to share rally content with your followers. So, getting started on Facebook assumes you don't have a Facebook account. Click the green sign up. Holy shit. So, the Twitter assumes that everyone knows how to use Twitter and knows what a hashtag is and how to search it and everything. The getting started on Facebook assumes that you know nothing about Facebook, don't have an account, and have no idea how to even sign up. Make sure to like President Trump's Facebook page and share our posts, photos, videos, and links to Trump events to your personal page for friends, family, and fellow Trump supporters to see. Finished! That's it! That's all you gotta do. 3 steps. Let's see if there's more for Twitter. As always, thank you for your support. Don't forget to recruit. Okay, 3 steps. 3 steps is a good number. That's few enough people can remember, but enough that people will. It seems like there's some actual involvement here. Use hashtag Trump2020 landslide when discussing the 2020 election on social media to make sure people know we'll have a huge victory on election day for President Trump. As always, thank you for support. Don't forget to recruit your friends to join the Army for Trump movement. Holy shit. Yeah, Instagram is also how to fucking sign up for Instagram. Share our content to your profile. Take a screenshot of your post. Click the plus button on the bottom of the app. You can also download it. Holy shit. Text Trump. Subscribe to our social media channels. Sign up today to become a digital activist. Who to follow? Follow the Team Trump pages on all of our digital platforms. In addition to following the president on Twitter at @RealDonaldTrump, you can follow @Team Trump for updates from the campaign and @Trump War Room for highlights of the administration's promises kept and our fight against hashtag fake news. Holy shit. You can also follow the president on Facebook, Snapchat, and YouTube. Just like our president, our accounts are guaranteed to punch back 10 times harder. To achieve this historic win, we need you, your friends, your neighbors, and your families to join our movement. Ready to fight for President Trump? Text enlist to 88022. Holy shit. Only 2 steps there. Remember, vote early, vote often. Learn how to capitalize on your personal relationships and register voters in your company to vote for President Trump on Election Day in 2020. This is actually kind of funny because, especially in the last 20 years or so, Republicans have been totally cool with people not voting because that's how they get their people in. But I guess you can't really say that out loud, and it looks kind of weird if you have this whole fight with President Trump and you don't talk about registering voters. Holy shit. This is the one reason why we need to get Trump out of office and defeat him, because we need to send a message that this kind of thing is not what America wants or needs. This is fucking insane. But what do you expect from someone who probably has never been seriously told no in his entire life? Some of the stuff I remember reading about Trump during the election when I worked in a New York Times call center back in 2016. Apparently, he and his dad, like everyone knows that his brother committed suicide, right? Because he basically was like had a shred of empathy and compassion, and so that was seen as weakness by both Donald and his father. So he committed suicide because he couldn't deal with his family anymore, and because Donald and their father would just ridicule him nonstop whenever they were in the same room. Like, Trump has never been told no, which is probably why he reacts like such a baby whenever his bills don't pass, whenever his proposals don't go through, and whenever he, well, doesn't get his way. Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show. Remember to like, share, and leave a comment because it helps me. Subscribe and ring that bell to help you. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.